So I've been in Montpellier, south of France, 4 times now. Flew down from Paris, went west up to Carcassonne and Montségur and places like that. Came back, tried to get a plane back to Australia. Had the positive COVID test. Had to abandon that idea. And so I went east down towards Cannes and Saint-Tropez. Now I'm back here again. Tomorrow I fly to Paris, and the rules for crossing borders are just boring. Because one has been double vaxxed, and I was double vaxxed back in September last year. That's the second vax, so the first vax must have been a couple of months before that. Because I could see that the petty bureaucrats had just no way of dealing with pretending that they were doing something without making it compulsory. I'm against compulsory vax. I'm not against vax. I'm against it being compulsory. And had I had the choice, I wouldn't have been vaxxed. But there's no way I could travel the world. And so I did my own research on all the best data, and it seemed to me at my age, which was 67 rising 68, almost no risk. So I went ahead and did it so that I could travel. Now, these are my documents in order to get from France to the UK, and I've narrowed it down to 3. Lots of others that I've had to fill in over time, like statements of honour to France, which was never asked for. Anyway, so this is my Australian document. This is my primary document, and it is a QR code. I've got all these on my phone, but I'm concerned because I'm crossing international borders tomorrow from France to UK. If my phone crashes or something, I've had a very kind receptionist at the hotel I'm staying at here in Montpellier print this out. So that's my primary document. It's a French government, the Australian government certificate. Now, the next one is this French government certificate. It's a what the French call the passe sanitaire. But in order to get that, I had to go into a pharmacist, and I did that in St. Malo, or I don't know, month or so, it seems like ages ago, and produce the Australian certificate and have a pharmacist certify that the vaccinations that I'd had in Australia were sufficient to get me the passe sanitaire. And then, so that's then what I've been using. It's on my phone. Everywhere I go, every restaurant, every train, every aeroplane, you have to have that scanned. Otherwise, you just don't get past getting a takeaway. Then, to get into Britain, you've got, this is a multiple page document, and it takes you a while to fill it in. And there are all sorts of preconditions that you have to have before you can fill it in. Eventually you get it, another QR code, which will be asked for by Air France because I'm on the not on the red list, but they want to know the ins and outs of everything. Where you're from, where you're going, how long you've been there, where, and like 1, 2. To be fair, this is the next stage because I've had to order a COVID test in the UK when I get there, and I have to isolate until I get the negative test back. And then you have to get that order number and put it on the United Kingdom Foreign Ministers. I've got my pages all mixed up now. Nope, that's the Australian one. That's the French one. That's the multiple page British one. And I'm pretty ready to fly tomorrow. But I tell you what, if you didn't have a computer, it wouldn't be that easy.